Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, we will see what's going to happen today and what the data is going to show me, but as usual, since few days or maybe 2 weeks, I used to make a statement in the beginning. And I have noticed one or two comments, well, at least one yesterday. It was surprising me because someone just said, hey, um, you didn't call the drop yesterday, but you flipped to bullish. I was a little bit surprised about this comment, but it's at the same time indicating me that some persons don't understand the data I'm providing. And yeah, that's a problem I can't fix. Okay, so if you don't understand the data I'm providing, of course it doesn't make sense to use my analysis for your trade strategy. If you don't know, I mean, if the only thing that you are hearing is something like, yeah, if we maintain above of 31,400, that would be bullish. Oh, cool. I have too long there. But you need to understand and also to hear what I'm also saying. I'm not going to long this. That looks like a fake rally. Inflows are coming in, and so on and so forth. So I'm providing a lot of information. And when I'm saying something like, hey, that doesn't look solid bullish for me, I mean, we need to see how it reacts at 32K because we have a gamma wall there. It's not flipping to bullish in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it was looking bullish. They tried, they failed, and we dropped. And I'm not making any calls. I'm not going to call you the next bull run. I'm not going to call you the next nuke. I'm just providing you information. The best thing you can do is just to hear and to take into account the information and the data I'm providing. That's it. That's my goal. Please educate yourself. Stop following what other people tells you. If they say the weekly 200 moving average is the main protection that Bitcoin can drop, forget everything. Forget everything. The market has its own rules. And believe me, you will not define the rules of the market. Not with a weekly 200 moving average, not with anything. We need to analyze the market step by step, every day, try to figure out every single angle of this market, and then make our own conclusions, and based on that, trade. If you don't have the capacity for that, first of all, unfollow me because it doesn't make sense then to follow me and my provided data, to be honest. And I don't know if that's the best way to invest the money. Okay, so you should sleep about that one night at least. Let us talk now about the weights ratio and what the market is happening. The 30 hours moving average is lifting up, and as forecasted, we see here the 92. So we reached the 92 and we reached here the 96. It's the 1 hour time frame, so not necessarily the best one to see what's going to happen next, but we have the 30 days moving average, and this one it's absolutely much better for that. And if we take a look here, you remember I have said, oh, we reached 21 and now it's declining. It seems we reached our top. I was wrong. We didn't. It lifted even more. And that's really very bearish in my opinion. In my opinion, the waste ratio is one of the most powerful indicators out there. And with 22%, it's indicating that whales are preparing something. Matches, by the way, very well to the Bitcoin reserves on spot exchanges. That's rising, as I have tweeted today. So also here we can see that the stablecoin reserves on exchanges um, just lifted up a few weeks ago, and since then it's declining again, indicating that people are exiting with stablecoins. And at the same time, we have the stablecoin supply. Oh, my mouse again. Yeah, thank you. That's not my mouse, actually, it's my PC, but um, the supply is lifting up, not big anymore, but maintains positive. So let us take a look to the spot flows related to these spot exchanges. So let us take a look to the flow activity, and the first thing we can see just right now, someone just it seems took profit and yeah, it's leaving the exchange with 110 million US dollars. That's nice, but as you know, we received 10,000 Bitcoin yesterday. They sent the Bitcoins to Coinbase. It seems they noticed the lack of liquidity on Coinbase, and from there they sent into Gimini. And yeah, so we still have this 10,000 Bitcoin, a little bit more than 10,000. It was 10,575 Bitcoins, and that's a little bit more than 100 million. So I'm still missing. It seems they are really preparing. They are not done yet, and that matches very well to the weights ratio. As you can see, this 10,000 Bitcoin, of course, um, came from Wales. Afterwards, we received 150 million in stablecoins, but also a big outflow happened, 130 million afterwards. And now, since then, it's really flat. So, yes, we received here another 2000 Bitcoin, and yeah, here again 1,200 Bitcoin, and 2 hours before 2,000 Bitcoin, or at least 1,850 Bitcoin, and last hour another 1,000 Bitcoin. So in the last 2 hours, I would say almost 3,000 Bitcoin. But at the moment, I don't see all these Bitcoins just reflected in the volume. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm still missing also the whole stablecoins, for example. Maybe they're accumulating the stablecoins on exchanges to buy the dip afterwards. That's something we need to check. We need to see. That will take a little bit. But however, since yesterday, the market cooled down, it seems, and is DXY is declining today, SPY is lifting up, and that's the reason why even Bitcoin is lifting up at the moment. So we need to see what price they need again just to drop. In my opinion, that's something that's going to happen. And also, even if SPY is going to lift up, we detected yesterday a lot of puts indicating 390, 380, and that means that in the next 2 weeks, at least option traders, and we are talking about big volume, they spend 7 millions each in 380 put related to SPY, and that means we will, at least on SPY, we will have a drop bigger than 10%. And you can imagine what could happen then to Bitcoin. So if it maintains and keeps following SPY, of course. So we need to see. And it's still on. I'm convinced that DXY is going to retest that level of 105 before it collapses, or it go even more up to hitting 107, 108. In such case, the market will nuke, even also Bitcoin, if it keeps following it. So we need to see what's going to happen next. Let us check the future market next. So let us see what's happening here. So we have seen a huge drop in funding rate, and just a little bit later it lifted up, and a huge pump as well. It declined then a little bit, and that's the current situation. So yeah, I don't know how, if they were expecting something and then they flipped. It's not really clear to me why that happened. The open interest is lifting up after it dropped hard yesterday, and the weights ratio, the leverage ratio, it's lifting up now after it dropped yesterday as well. So we can see, related to stablecoins and derivative exchanges, that yeah, it looks almost neutral for today. So no big inflows, but at the same time no big outflows. The only thing that looks very interesting here is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin flows related to derivative exchanges looks pretty interesting. Even if we can see, yeah, it maintained also almost very neutral. We had the net flow. The biggest one today was here 940 Bitcoin. That was 5 hours ago. And they sent 2,360 Bitcoins to derivative exchanges, but at the same time, they just withdraw 1,400. And just last hour, we received 3,080 Bitcoin, but someone just took off 3,100 Bitcoin from derivative exchanges at the same time. So not really useful today on this future chart, to be honest. Let us take a look to the options, and we will see, or let me check here, of course, what's happening here. Let me refresh the site first. Okay. And we see that shorts are coming up again. So we had almost 800 million just before, and we received at least 180 million on shorts, while the longs maintain at 1.6 billion US dollars. Bitfinex reduced a little bit but maintains those 2.6 billion, and shorts, it's a joke, so I wouldn't care. It seems the volume on BitMEX reduced as well, a little bit more shorts than longs, but I don't care. And we can see here, and that's huge, a lot of longs related to Ethereum, indicating 76% versus 22%. And even here, Binance looks very bullish. So it seems people, every time when we decline, they think that's the local bottom and we will lift up. I mean, that's what happened. I longed yesterday as well, but unfortunately overnight, that's my problem as a European. They triggered my stop loss and I missed this swing trade. However, I will have other opportunities, but it looks like we have still, in the situation we are, too much or too many longs, but we will see. Let us take a look here to FTX, if we can see something there. I guess more longs than shorts as well, otherwise they would surprise me. Yeah, of course. Wow, oh, that's big. Oh yes, that's big. I like. Look, 300 million. Oh, that's really so. I mean, compared to the shorts, that's really huge. Jesus, that's really huge. What should I say? I mean, that's really, I don't know if Sam is longing here, but just let us go down below of 29 and we will close all of them. We will wreck them. Um, I don't care at the moment. We will go up even more. If that's going to happen, I will short for sure. But yeah, that doesn't look very. It's insane. It's just insane. I mean, we are talking more than 1 billion here, maybe 1.5 or 2 billions. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Well, let us take a look to the option trading. So what is driving the market at the moment? What should I say? What should I say? So, first of all, sometimes I really don't know what FTX is doing, just selling here right now. For what? For what? What is really your goal? I don't get you. You sold lower, you are buying higher. That smells like big institutional preparation, lovely Sam. I really don't get them. I really don't get them. But well, I mean, I don't need to. Yeah, I have tweeted about that. Binance was, of course, the big seller yesterday. It makes sense because, as mentioned, their market maker institutionals are using Binance, and it seems sometimes also FTX. Um, both ways. They use spot and they use futures, mainly stablecoin futures, but also Bitcoin futures. And sometimes I think they use this kind of retrace to use their Bitcoins to long to get more Bitcoins for less and then dump with that. It just imagine how smart that would be. I mean, if you are the market maker and you have the power to buy for some billions and you just use a little bit of spot, of course a little bit of stablecoin futures, but mainly Bitcoin collateral futures, and then you push the price up. When you take profit, you will have, I guess, 60%, 70% profit. So 60, 70% more Bitcoins available to dump afterwards and to buy the dip. I mean, that would be a smart strategy, wouldn't be? But sometimes I think that's what they are doing. At the moment, as you see, yeah, they're, I don't know, just the whole market right now. It's in the hands of the futures. Of course, let us take a look and zoom out a little bit, and then it's getting more clear, I guess. So we are coming back to the POC, as mentioned today, something that could happen 30,600 or something. And yeah, FTX keeps buying, it seems, or at least I don't know the liquidity of FTX at the moment, but they the CBD it's indicating they have more buyers than sellers, and the aggregated one, of course, not. And that's the big problem because the market maker or the institutional that's using that, it's yeah, as you see, they dumped it very hard. And that's the crazy thing because he can make more bitcoins longing and shorting. That's really useful. Thanks for having futures. So let us take a look to actually here to our market makers, and they we can see that. Let me check the color again. They reduced their balances, and then they started to buy here. It seems the dip. They loaded their balances again, and then yesterday they started to dump it. It seems they reduced again. That was on the top, and now they are not doing anything. And that's very interesting because that matches very well to the others as well. Take a look here, sideways. They did exactly the same move. Exactly the same move. Well, except this guy's here. I don't know. Now they are, instead of buying, it seems they are reducing a little bit their balances. So panic selling a little bit. I don't know, but surely not enough. It's not indicating any kind of capitulation or something. Whatever. Um, so we don't see any big move here. We can see here that those entities, the little whales, the sharks, they send 1,300 bitcoins. So that's indicating their fund flow. 10 to 100 bitcoin wallets indicating fund flow of 1,300 bitcoins. Just close before we have started to decline in price again. The weights with 100 to 1,000 bitcoin fund flow 600 bitcoin, so nothing big. And even my lovely market makers just fund flow of 500 bitcoin. So nothing happening. They let go up the price a little bit. And while we are making higher lows and higher highs, to be honest, doesn't look that bullish to me. But let us take a look to the exchanges. So, Coinbase. What's Coinbase doing? Well, Coinbase still waiting here somewhere at 35 and waiting to see the price there and to trigger their sell order. Also here at 34,400, but at the same time a buy order at 28,000. The question is, what is the price going to do first, up or down? We will see. I'm not going to say my opinion, otherwise I will say, yeah, you flipped to bullish. No, I'm just kidding right now. It's joking. No, in my opinion, I think we will go down even more to 28, maybe, and then to see you know my favorite scenario is to go down to 25, 7 or what it was, and form like a double bottom and then go up to 35k before we can maybe then make a huge nuke or not. However, but it would be a nice, just imagine what will happen. They would liquidate everyone, maybe even me. Just go down 25, double bottom, up like crazy, really like crazy, like last summer, and then to 35, distribute there, and then let it nuke. Nobody would expect that, I guess. So we need to see here. Deribit. Nothing changed. Oh, they stopped here. Why? I don't know. But nothing changed. Everything they stopped. They removed some walls. I don't know why. They have now a little one here, 27.7, but this cluster here is amazing and maintains there. So Bitstamp, nothing up. The next bigger down, it's at 20 and 25,400. Of course, Binance Spot limiting the way down at 29,200 and nothing up. Okay, we will see. How much? Let me see. 2,100. This guy, I don't know. In my opinion, that's Binance itself. That's my personal opinion. That's Binance itself, and Binance is spoofing here with those 2,100 bitcoins. I don't know why they are doing that. Bitfinex spot. Look that. Look that. I mean, that's not big. That's just Bitfinex. They don't show any big volume, but is that spoofing or are they ready to sell? Let us make FTX perp next. Just waiting at 25 here and at 35, of course. And that's it. Kraken spot. Also here waiting at 34,400. They removed here their walls. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I really don't know why. Hmm. Well, Bybit, I don't need. We have here 25. That's BitMax spot and a little bit something at 35,500. And the biggest one it's at 19. Binance Futures. And that's actually something when I see that's here. Oh, I need to change the color again. That's completely free. No orders. They can lift up here without any problem. But the price wants to go down. And they're trying to limiting the way down, as you can see. I mean, if they push a little bit harder, that will disappear. I know that because I'm just screening them 24/7 mostly, but yeah. However, they were limiting the way down here at 29,500 and they removed the wall. Usually that's a sign. We need to see what's going to happen there. Next. Nothing up, nothing down. That's it. Bitfinex derivatives. Oh, let me see. Waiting at 31,500. Why, Bitfinex? Do you need a lower price? Kraken futures. Also here, I guess 35. Yes, nothing down. And FTX spot. Also here, 35, I guess. Yes. And well, we have here between 25.5 and 23.7, but the biggest one is at 21. We have another one at 22. Yeah, so 22, of course, that matches to the um, weekly 200 moving average, something I don't care about, but many I'm reading, yeah, but 22 is maximum, we will not drop even more, and 22 and 22 and 22. I don't care about the weekly 200 moving average, to be honest. If you care about, that's nice. I don't. Um, but it seems they're here making something similar, just blocking the 200, 22,000. So yeah, and that's it. So let us talk about my personal conclusion.